welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and I'm a content creator who provides content creator tips and tricks for new and beginning content creators and UGC creators, and I also provide a bit of productivity tips in the mix as well. Today we're diving into a world that is all too common when it comes to content creators and content creation, which is burnout. As content creators, we often find ourselves juggling multiple tasks, having deadlines sometimes, and just a lot of responsibilities in general as a content creator, especially as a new content creator who is trying to grow all their social channels and, actually get the reach and engagement that they're wanting to one day take content creation full time. So I feel y'all on that, and I've mentioned before on this channel that we do not want to see people burnt out. I don't want to be burnt out. I don't want you guys to be burnt out. So I felt that it was very fitting to make this type of video so I can kind of give you guys some tips and some strategies, to recognize the signs and when to try to take a step back from content creation when you need to. So first things first, we have to talk about recognizing the signs of burnout because they are there. You will get signs that you're leading up to a burnout. Let me explain. Burnout can show up in many different ways, especially when you're trying to film and edit and post and take pictures of everything all the time. Trust me, I know, I've been there. This can show up as physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, lack of motivation, like emotional fatigue, decreased productivity, like literally all of that is a sign of burnout. And when you can pinpoint these signs, or you can feel that one of those signs and symptoms is creeping its way onto you, it's definitely a good idea to definitely take a step back, regroup, breathe, and really pay attention to your body, and listen to when you need to take a step back, because I don't want you to get to a point in your burnout where you don't even want to do it anymore, especially when it's something that going into it was something that you really had an interest in and something that you really could see yourself doing. I don't want you getting burnt out and not wanting to do it again. So when you feel those signs creep up on you, definitely take a step back, okay? It's always welcomed. It's not something that you shouldn't do. If you feel like you need to take a small break, do that. The next thing I want to talk about is setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care. Like, I mentioned earlier, it's definitely important to take a step back when you need to, but also you can set boundaries so it doesn't even have to get to that point. As content creators, we are always trying to do something, trying to learn something, trying to post something. Like, it's always something as a content creator. It's never not just one thing. And we're always all over the place trying to, get our stuff out. I understand. Trust me. But it is also easy for us to overwork ourselves in that sense and, neglect other, personal needs that, or we're editing and filming and doing all this, and then we're not making time for ourselves to actually recharge, because there's a constant need to get stuff done. And like I said, I completely understand that, but it's also important to set a boundary and make sure that you're still prioritizing self-care, whatever that may be to you. If that is soaking your feet, doing a face mask, washing your hair, having a little nurture self-care day. If that's finishing a show or starting a show that you've wanted to do, like literally just create certain points. And I know that some of you guys still work a full-time job as well, or part-time, just work in general, but it's important to create spaces in the day, even if they're small, to make sure that you're doing something that is for you, and it has nothing to do with content creation, even though we wanted to, but make sure that you're focusing on yourself as well. Another thing that I would suggest when it comes to avoiding burnout as a creator is to truly nurture your creativity. I know, like I said already, like 1,000 times in this video, we as content creators want to make sure everything is perfect. We want to make sure, we're filming, we're learning new filming styles, we're learning new editing styles, we're trying to, get more creative and see how we can improve our content. Like, trust me, I get it. But I also think that we as creators, to also avoid burnout, and this could also give us a little bit more creativity, is to figure out what we like to do outside of content creation. Even if you are aspiring to be or are a current lifestyle content creator, and you can incorporate any hobby, interest, skill into your content. If you already do that, still find something that you can do that is outside of all that, so it can still be like your little moment, your little corner of your, you know, life that doesn't have anything to do with that, if that makes sense. You can explore new hobbies, you know, maybe try something you haven't done before, something that is fun to you and that you can find enjoyable that you can do outside of content creation. I mean, you can film it or whatever, but, you know, make sure it's something that's, you know, can take your mind off some things, if that makes sense. In doing so, that can maybe spark some inspiration. It could spark, you know, a new skill that you want to learn, a new hobby that you can try. Like, it, while, you know, going outside of yourself in that point can definitely, you know, provide some inspiration and insight, and, you know, you can return to content creation refreshed and full of ideas. And there you have it. I think, you know, I didn't want to take up a lot of time on this video because I didn't want to go too deep into specifics, because I know, like I mentioned, lifestyle creators, their lifestyle is their content, so anything that they do can be used as content. But I did want to just advise you guys, if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like, you know, you're just going and you don't have any gas in the tank and you just need to slow down, stop, you know, take a break, regroup, it's definitely okay to do so. Like I mentioned before on my channel, nobody is forcing you to do content creation. Even if you are already, you know, getting paid, your channels are getting monetized and all that, still nobody is forcing you to do so. You just now have a means of, you know, income when it comes to your content, and you still need a break, okay? You still need some type of break. I know it's fun. I know it's interesting. I know it's fun learning new things. I know it's fun, you know, gaining new hobbies and, you know, showcasing that in your content. Like, I know that. I'm doing the same thing as you guys. But it's still important to take a minute, a day, an hour, 10 minutes to try to recharge, regroup, get yourself together to make sure you're not going to be overwhelmed, you're not going to be overworked, you're not going to be stressing. Because I've also said on this channel that content creation should be something that is fun and something that you can do just because you like to do it. Content creation should not be stressful. I mean, unless you're working with a brand that's kind of stressing you out. I mean, that's a whole different story. But just general content creation that you're doing yourself, sit down videos, vlogs, you know, UGC, like that stuff should not be stressful. If anything, it should be something that you can put your creativity in and just showcase your creative talent. Okay, it should be fun, it should be interesting, you should want to do it if that is something that you're wanting to do. But it can definitely get a little overwhelming at first, especially in the beginning, because you're new, you're still trying to find your footing in the content creation world, and I get that, I was there. But it should still be something fun and something that you can work into your schedule, whether you're working, going to school, what have you. It should be something that you can easily try to work into your schedule and, you know, still make sure you have time for yourself outside of content creation. That being said, you guys have reached the end of today's video. If you got all the way to the end, be sure to leave a like, comment down below your favorite part, or what you will do to avoid burnout as a content creator. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content creator tips and tricks just like this one. And also hit your push notification bell so you know exactly when I'm posting, which is currently Fridays at 4 p.m. Thanks again for watching today's video, guys, and I will see you all in my next one. Peace.